General Andrews,
and the Dream Stream presents Rapid Runs!
This game, it actually begins on first movement of Ryu, so it starts on player control, and it ends on all zeros after the demon is dead. So whenever Knucklebuster is ready, we'll probably see him reset, mash, mash, mash.
I'm all ready too.
And this is a global timer manipulation. By resetting and immediately mashing the start button, you can, in theory, control the Hammer Bro, which, they are controlled by RNG, the projectile throwing enemies, right? They tend to get in the way of the any percent speed run, so Knucklebuster will be using a global timer manipulation likely here that will calm down those Hammer Bros for the first 4 acts, in theory. So we'll see whenever Knucklebuster's ready, we'll get it going. All right, looks like he's ready. All right, we're going to see him reset. Mash, mash, mash. And for those of you that are familiar with the any percent speedrun, most of the speedrun for this category revolves around the spin slash sub-weapon. It does do considerable damage, 10 damage per frame, so it can be used to instant kill the bosses. So as you can see, Knucklebuster will be making his way through stage 1 here, collecting as much what's called Nimpo. Ninja Potion is kind of what I always thought it was, but it's basically, your ammo for the game. And he takes a good Tyson boost there. That Tyson can be a little bit lazy sometimes. And he spins through the biker there, and then he'll pick up that extra 5 Nimpo in stage 1. You'll want to enter the boss fight here with about 10 Nimpo. So you can spin twice, and we'll instant kill the boss here. So, as you can see, the spin slash does give, the runner a considerable advantage here in the any percent speedrun. Alright, as we enter stage 2, as Arcus calls the Kit Kat and Rice Cake stage, you'll see Knucklebuster will also be picking up, Nimpo. He shows off a 100% strategy there by picking up both the Nimpo and the Points Potion. And you can see he's kind of showing off the, different sub-weapons located. Knucklebuster does have considerable experience. He has a time in the 100% category. One of the few runners, there's only a handful of runners in the Ninja Gaiden community that has experience in every single category, and Knucklebuster does fit that description. So you might see him showing off some of those strategies as we go. And we're looking for a pretty good exit here. Made a decent time through the bounce house, which can be a little bit of a tricky section. All right, there's one of those pesky hammer throwing enemies. As we see, he uses the Swag Star there to take care of it. Knucklebuster uses his own variation of the Swag Star there and kind of kills the bullets behind him. And he goes for the flip-flop. There is a reverse grab strap there, but it's not necessary. It only saves about a tenth of a second, so there's a lot of stuff in the any percent speedrun, especially optimized. They're not risky strats, but if you go for them and miss them, you can lose up to a second, maybe a second and a half. And the benefit of it is only maybe a 1/10 of a second, maybe 2/10 of a second save. Okay, so you can see that Hammer Bro did kind of give him a little trouble there. And that's why we reset mash, mash, mash to try to manipulate and keep those hammers as calm as possible. And again, as we enter the stage 2 boss here, Knucklebuster will use the spin slash to spin twice and instant kill the stage 2 boss. And then we'll be entering into Act 3. Now, Act 3 in the any percent speedrun is somewhat infamous because there is no spin slash. So he's going to want to pick up some Nimpo, showing off a location of 2-5 Nimpos there. He's going to pick up the Time Stopper and then the Baby Shuriken. He makes the Baby Shuriken throw so he can pick up the Art of the Fire Wheel, which is the most powerful sub-weapon other than the spin slash. So as he makes his way through the rest of this, relatively short stage, the most important part of that screen you just saw was him picking up the sub-weapon, the Art of the Fire Wheel. And, that shuriken throw with the up B input, it can be a little bit tricky, especially in marathon scenarios, race scenarios, and, excellent dreamer events like we have going on here. And he is going to go for what's known as the double scree, more or less made famous by Retro Runner, but discovered, I believe, by Ohan. Chat can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure somebody knows. And then it takes an unfortunate knockback there in what I call the top hat boost when I get it, because it feels like you boost off the top hat. And he makes his way to what's known as Butt Clench Cliff, shows off a race-safe strat there by hesitating on the edge, killing the bird, and boosting off the sword. And any Bassiker kill is a good kill. He does a nice job catching Bassiker over on the left-hand side for a version of what's known as the standard kill. There are faster kills, but they're very difficult to pull off. And the name standard kill is kind of a misnomer. It's not actually that easy to pull off. It's not so standard, really. All right, and as we enter stage 4 here, we're going to see there will be a hammer bro there. Looks like it didn't give Knucklebuster too many problems. Picking up the spin slash, so again, you see the spin slash will be used to take care of most of the enemies. You want to carry that spin slash with you all the way to the end of stage 4, for the doggo boss. And we'll see if Knucklebuster goes for some climbs here. Yep, showing off the quick climb technique. Going for the Ohan boost off the bird. And he makes his way into what is personally my favorite cutscene. Oh, and then there it goes. All right, enjoy the jams, everybody. I'm going to let you enjoy what's ZK's favorite jam here. Now, chat is going absolute ham there, and it's not uncommon for you to see a lot of dancing during stage 4-2. All right, Knucklebuster pulls off a pretty nice delay and boost strategy there. Again, I think that was discovered by Ohan as he makes his way through an underrated but very tricky section in 4-3. Most people think that any percent runs die in stage 5, which is known as the rage stage, but there are plenty of runs that do see their fair share of slowdown in 4-3 because there's a number of techniques. If you miss a cancel, as you can see, he's canceling and boosting there. And the RNG on that hammer bro sometimes can be problematic because you do still need to take a relatively good pace and 5 Nimpo into the dog boss here. All right, and then Knucklebuster takes care of the dog. And we're over halfway through the game. All right, the beginning of 5-1 includes a manipulation strat. And with that hammer bro on the corner and active there is no manipulation possible. So Knucklebuster had to take sort of the climbing route there, showing off an interesting swag star there. And getting the full swag star. An excellent looking star that was. And he's going to be setting up a double bird boost here. With a standing slash, there's the first leg of the boost. And he's going to take a safety strat there. He backs out of the second leg of the boost, and I think that's actually a very, very smart strategy. In a race scenario, if you do not get the back cancel that sets up the second leg of that boost, it is a one-hit death, and so then you have to repeat most of the screen. It's a significant time loss. Ooh, and he takes a fall there on a quick flip-flop, but the important thing to note here is that while that was a bit of a time loss, he will not lose the spin slash, which he'll pick up there, since the death came before the spin slash. So he'll still be able to take advantage of the instant kill on Mulf. And we see 5-2 here. It's a pretty difficult section. The screens are actually relatively short, but each one is somewhat dense in the strats that you have to pull off. There's a number of climbs, cancels, and boosts. And Knucklebuster shows off a cancel there, takes the bird boost, and goes for a Ohan drop. It's sort of the intended route, but done very quickly. And you can see he missed the bird boost at the end of that there, which is, that bird is affectionately known as Janet. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Seamless Link named Janet, just in case anybody was wondering. All right, using the spin slash to take care of the enemies in this screen and using a smart marathon and race strat to despawn the hammer bro there, taking out the RNG, and he's going to show off an Edo bat boost up to the top section and then what's known as the SP free boost. showing off some pacifist strats. As far as we know, that bat boost you saw he used to climb that section of the screen was created by Edo and then refined by Noise Police. All right, and then you back to any % there to spin the 2 swords, and quick appearance from a ghost that was discovered by Beer Full of Belly, and then that was Malth, one of the more interesting stage bosses of the game. And interesting to note, Beer Full of Belly discovered that ghost. It's a sprite glitch on what looks like a projectile throwing enemy, because Beerful used to have frame perfect backwards jumping contests with some friends in the community. So if you jump with Ryu and push backwards on the D-pad, you can actually hold backwards, and if you get a frame perfect jump off of the floor, you can continue a series of those jumps. And so they used to use that section of the game, and that's how that was discovered. All right, entering into a section here, 6-2. As we saw, Knucklebuster no problem with 6-1. Showing off a swag star there. Taking care of most of the RNG and the enemies. That may have been the Fab Star, and I'd have to make sure, but that did to me. It may have been. It's not the standard swag star. It might be the Fab Star. It wasn't the Fong Star. All right. And there's a typically problematic Hammer Bro coming up right here. KB does a nice job reading it and canceling it into the long ladder climb of 6-2 into the AVGN room, showing off a pacifist strat known as the Twist of Fate, which was discovered by Edo, Knucklebuster, and Vigo the Carpathian. Oh, and going for Eggs Benny there, and missing the initial Eggs Benny, but boosting through and kind of showing off how you can take advantage of iframes. Knucklebuster really showing off his experience there, because in the pacifist category, you have to take advantage of iframes to get through some problematic enemies. Showing Dexter's route there for the choke pole room. And Knucklebuster will kill the Silver Surfer. It looks like a good bird. Nope, low bird had to kill it. And he'll go for a hammer boost there, avoiding a second hammer. Very, very quick pacifist backup. Showing off some very interesting and difficult strats. Reading the RNG, canceling, and back to any %. Getting the health grab, showing a variation of a low % strat, and the fab grab. And the final boss door that we're all used to seeing in any %, but revealing all the sub-weapons in the process. And spinning the clown nose at a respectable 11:21, 11:20. That's pretty good. Now, typically, Knucklebuster will go for a 2.5 cycle. Jackie-O. Oh, he's going to show off a damageless. So you'll see he'll try not to take any damage from Jackie-O, but still kill Jackie-O as fast as possible. So manipulating the flames and finishing the kill right there. All right, not taking a single hit from, and we're not sure if Jackie-O is like a dragon or a sheep or something. It's not immediately clear from the story. I mean, the plot is it's confusing at best. And attempts at a ridge kill here. Knucklebuster showing off a 3-jump ridge kill. Excellent job, KB. And timer will stop on all zeros. And clunk. So about a 12-13 there. 12-13-ish. GG's KB. Well done. Excellent job beating a very, very difficult game in less than 12 minutes and 15 seconds. And, for those of you that are familiar with the any % category, it is a difficult category. Any time under 12 minutes and 30 seconds, which is known as Ninja License, is considered a relatively good time in Ninja Gaiden. And not surprising that Knucklebuster could pull it off in this setting in front of our dreamers. And I want to thank General Andrews for putting on these events and showcasing these amazing talents today. And GG's to all our runners. And I'm looking forward to the next General Andrews event.
Well, thank you so much for that, Razul. We're also going to get another shout out for Razul's awesome commentary during Knucklebuster's just fabulous play and backup strats that were just, you have that thought process. Do you think that you're going to pull those kind of things off when you watch these people do it? You go and do it and you're like, well, that didn't work at all. Oh, that was absolutely amazing. Very, very cool.
Yeah, thank you, General Andrews. And go and check out the Ninja Gaiden community. There are a number of other categories, low percent, pacifist, 100%. So if you have interest in Ninja Gaiden, there are plenty of categories and plenty of help out there for you. And Knucklebuster is one of the best coaches of the game. So, and you can see why. So again, thank you, Knucklebuster, and GG's everybody.
And for anyone that's a part of that community that would like to share the Discord, that would like to share any of those proper links, go ahead and post them now. And we would like to get that out to anyone who wants to go ahead and see it and be a part of it. So thank you so much for that. And we're going to let this play for just a little bit longer because, folks, you're going to get the opportunity here to get into the last raffle of the evening. Last raffle. The runners can get into it. The commentators can get into it. Obviously, if you've already won tonight, that's the only reason you can't get on in. Yo, let's get a shout out for War Chizo. Bringing a raid on over here. Perfect timing for this sweet cutscene. Super sweet. Good job, Chizo. And perfect. As that music fades, we will go ahead and let them